Good morning, welcome to the midweek edition of your favorite program on television, Inside Nigeria, your breakfast show on leadership television. My name is Winifred Webo, your host on today's midweek show. Today is January 3rd, 2024, and of course, as usual, we have an array of newspapers on our menu for review. We have Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership, THISDAY, Daily Sun, The Nation, The Guardian, Vanguard, as well as the Punch newspapers, all for review on this first segment of the show. Like we normally do, we start off with leadership. Leadership's leading story says concerns over kidnap of 96 FCT residents in 21 days. Concerns over kidnap of 96 FCT residents in 21 days. 5 killed, security agencies accused of connivance. Insecurity claimed 7,241 lives in 2023, according to investigation. Save Nigeria, Southern Middle Belt leaders beg Tinubu. I'll take that leading story once again. Concerns over kidnap of 96 FCT residents in 21 days. 5 killed, security agencies accused of connivance. Insecurity claimed 7,241 lives in 2023, according to investigation. Save Nigeria, Southern Middle Belt leaders beg Tinubu. Beneath that leading story, we have the picture of firefighters work at Tokyo's Haneda Airport after a Japan Airlines A350 aeroplane burst into flames. The plane was involved in a collision with another aircraft after landing yesterday. Other stories says hardship. Stakeholders seek reopening of borders with Niger. Hardship. Stakeholders seek reopening of borders with Niger. The story continues on page 7 of leadership. And on the business boss, we have federal government directs MDAs, that is ministry, departments and agencies, to remit 100% revenue to new treasury account. Federal government directs MDAs to remit 100% revenue to new treasury account. And above the masthead, North Central governors donate 100 million naira to plateau victims. Reprieve as NACON extends 2024 Hajj registration. And of course, beside the leading story and the pictorial, we have federal government suspends accreditation of degree certificates from Benin, Togo. That is following an investigation carried out on the school in Benin, Republic of Benin. Boko Haram kills 10, burns houses in Chibok. Russia attacks Ukraine's largest cities. Edo 2024, Shaibu apologizes to Oshomole. From that, we move to the page 3 of the paper, where we have curbing auto crashes during festivities. That is our stand today, curbing auto crashes during festivities. From that, our stand, we move to the back page of the paper. Guest column with Babafemi A. Badejo, PhD. Towards utmost freedom and less of sloganeering on Nigeria's foreign policy. Towards utmost freedom and less of sloganeering on Nigeria's foreign policy is from our guest columnist, Babafemi A. Badejo, PhD. And with this back column, we've come to the end of Leadership's newspaper review. For more, log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. From leadership, still on security issues, we move to Daily Sun. Daily Sun's leading story says Southern Middle Belt leaders rise against terrorists. Southern Middle Belt leaders rise against terrorists. Right Tinubu declare plateau killings threat to Nigeria's corporate existence. North Central governors team up to fight bandits. The story is on page 4 and 6 of the paper. And beside the masthead, we have PDP sinks deeper over internal wranglings. Party fails to hold neck in 16 months, that is a year and 4 months. Forest reserves drop to $32.87 billion. Domestic transactions maintain dominance at Nigerian stock exchange in 11 months. Be patient with federal government, Kalu charges Nigerians. Government will continue to borrow because past regime left empty treasury, coming from Oshoba former governor of Ogun State. For more, log on to the website of Daily Sun, www.sunnynewsonline.com. And from Daily Sun is still security issues on this day. This day's leading story says, from Mark, it's time Tinubu reviewed Nigeria's security architecture. Mark, it's time Tinubu reviewed Nigeria's security architecture. Mark is former Senate President David Mark. Says Plateau massacre is wake-up call. Mutwang rallies North Central governors to advance peace, unity for regional development. Sule Elia Bago insists is art of terrorism. SMBLF alleges terror siege, writes Tinubu, that is Southern Middle Belt Leaders Forum, alleges terror siege, writes Tinubu. President must prioritize security, NBA charges. These are the headline stories on this day newspaper today, Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024. Another leading stories on the cover says, Obi Labour Party ready to play role as Nigeria's main opposition party. Says no backing down on desire for new Nigeria. APC, PDP casting crude aspersions without justification. The story continues on page 37 of this day. Dangote refinery expects fifth 1 million barrels of crude supply tomorrow. Dangote refinery expects fifth 1 million barrels of crude supply tomorrow. In other words, Dangote refinery has received 1 million barrels of crude supply since December, takeoff of November, towards the ending of November till now. So it's expecting the fifth 1 million barrels of crude supply tomorrow. Above the masthead of this day, Oshoba, Tinubu met empty treasury, must borrow to keep Nigeria going in short term. Says president plans to assign executive order to liberalize Naira deposits. Take swipe at state governments for reckless spending. Manufacturers Association of Nigeria, 2024 may not have positive outlook for manufacturing sector. Stories on page 8 of This Day. For more, log on to the website of This Day, www.thisdaylive.com. From This Day, we move to Vanguard. It's still on security issues. And of course, Vanguard story today is on Tinubu's New Year address, and it says no specific strategies to tackle challenges. Tinubu's New Year address, no specific strategies to tackle challenges. This is coming from Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Calls for private sector investment in power transmission. Economy to remain bleak in the next 6 months. And NECA says fuel subsidy removal, forest harmonization worsened socio-economic woes. Why 2024 will be challenging for manufacturing sector. Second leading stories on Vanguard says U-Tide controversy over federal government's 50% transport cuts. More, log on to the website of Vanguard as we move to the next paper on our headline today, the Punch. Punch's headline story says NNPCL marketers clash over subsidy. Operators peg petrol at 1,200 naira per litre. NNPCL marketers clash over subsidy. Operators peg petrol at 1,200 naira per litre. Marketers oppose federal government on subsidy. NNPCL says fuel importation cost now fully recovered. Dealers insist on 1,200 naira per litre fuel, 112 oil theft cases recorded in 1 week. And of course, beneath that headline story on Punch today, we have the picture of the plane crash in Japan's airport. And the story for it says 5 die in Japanese aircraft collision as earthquake kills 50. 5 die in Japanese aircraft collision as earthquake kills 50. The story continues on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. May the souls of the departed rest in peace. Plateau killing similar to Rwanda genocide. North Central governors. How bandits kill 2 Nasarawa friends. Police. Talks ongoing for Kanu's release. Deputy Speaker. Which takes us to the ones above the masthead. Fake degrees. Federal government shuts 18 foreign varsity campuses. Fake degrees. Federal government shuts 18 foreign varsity campuses. Beneficiaries protest as banks begin COVID-19 loan recovery. CBN bars crypto bank account operators from cash withdrawal. The story is on page 2 of The Punch. For more, log on to the website of The Punch, www.punchng.com. From The Punch, we move over to The Guardian. Guardian's headline story says, despite 20 million out-of-school children, 29 states fail to access 68 billion naira Universal Basic Education Fund. I'll take that leading story once again. Despite 20 million out-of-school children, 29 states fail to access 68 billion naira Universal Basic Education Fund. Of course, we have illustration beneath that hidden headline story. Only 7 states logged about 10.6 billion counterpart funds. Of course, we have the big circle, 20 million out-of-school children, according to UNICEF. Unassessed matching grants from 36 states, and the FCT stood at 68.73 billion naira. UBEC matching grant, which states can only access through payment of 50% counterpart funds, is to upgrade facilities and provide basic needs in primary schools, as well as training and retraining of teachers, among others, to boost enrollment and retention in schools. That's the illustration for the headline story on The Guardian today. Despite 20 million out-of-school children, 29 states fail to access 68 billion naira Universal Basic Education Fund. Beside that, we have federal government sacks NSIP boss, suspend certificates from Benin, Togo varsities. NATCON warns MDAs, embassies of fake diaspora groups. Confusion as telcos allow subscribers to name same link irregularities. Divided house, discordant tunes over validity of minority decisions. Capital importation drops by 36% to $655 million in third quarter of 2023. And Plateau killings now, North Central governors mark tell federal government. Federal government directs MDAs to remit 100% of generated revenue. Southern Middle Belt leaders petition Tinubu on restructuring. The story continues on page 3 of The Guardian. Of course, with that, we end The Guardian's newspaper review. For more, log on to the website of The Guardian, www.guardian.ng. From The Guardian, we move over to the last paper we have on our menu this midweek edition, and that is The Nation. The Nation has different story altogether on this headline story today, and it says 17 billion naira cash. EFCC detains social investment scheme coordinator. 17 billion naira cash. EFCC detains social investment scheme coordinator. NSIPA CEO suspended over suspicious movement of cash. As Humanitarian Affairs Minister for interrogation today. Of course, there was a newspaper report yesterday over the removal of NSIPA coordinator CEO, and of course was replaced by an acting chief executive officer. And the Nation is out with the story over 17 billion naira cash. EFCC detains social investment scheme coordinator. Of course, Tinubu said that is to make way for her investigation before matters activities, the incumbent, the acting can be substantive. Beneath that, we have 10 billion naira scandal rocks NIPO's restructuring plan. 10 billion naira scandal rocks NIPO's restructuring plan. Senate orders the registration of subsidiaries, probe of shares transfer. BPE defense shares acquired in officials' names. Governors lift Plateau killings victims with 100 million naira. Hard registration gets January 31 deadline. 11 killed in Kwara multiple road crash. The story continues on page 26 of The Nation. Don't forget, Leadership's editorial stories today says curbing road crash, auto crashes in festivities. And the Nation is reporting that 11 killed in Kwara multiple road crash. The story is on page 26 of The Nation newspaper. And above that, we have budgets of 63 government-owned enterprises made public. Civil society, citizens' rights advocates hail action. Nasarawa releases council post guidelines. 21 PS take oath in Kano. Above the masthead of The Nation, stock market opens with 665 billion naira gain. Government withdraws recognition for Benin Republic, Togo varsities. While lawmaker Ehi resigned by Fubara. Earlier unfolds plans for state council reforms. For continuation of these stories, headline stories, inside stories, log on to the website of The Nation, www.thenationonlineng.net. And from this, we've come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria. Fortunately, I don't have a guest in the house today to speak on some trending news stories, but I'll be it. Tomorrow is still another appointment with you, same station, same time. My name is Winifred Obebo. See you then. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.